Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. We never lose. Did I say that last time? If I didn't say that last time, I got lucky to win a cursed run. This run. What on earth? Okay, I gotta look this up. You can look at the seed there for a second. Normally, you know, you get this item 30 items into your AFTERBIRTH run. Who even knows, dude? Who cares? If you get it right off the bat, you gotta figure it out. Grants 2 soul hearts. Okay, so that's what those are from. Modifies drops from champion enemies depending on certain conditions. Alright, so there is something you can do about this. When Isaac has no red heart containers and less than 2 soul hearts, champions will drop soul hearts. They'll drop keys when Isaac has no keys. Bombs when Isaac has no bombs, but it goes in order. So I think right now, it'll drop keys when we kill a champion, and then after that it should drop bombs. But if we lose spirit hearts, it should drop spirit hearts. So I don't know. Tentatively, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this run, or this item could be really good for us right now. As long, I mean, we're not going to fight champions too often, but it introduces like a little bit of game design space that I hadn't considered previously. There could be a synergy mildly related to champions. You get Glyph of Balance, or whatever the heck this is even called. And then you get Champion Belt, you get Purple Heart, and all of a sudden you got something going for you. If it is guaranteed to give you Spirit Hearts, if you're below 2 Spirit Hearts, I think it only works if you have no Red Hearts as well. So it's a little spotty, but I don't know. We'll test it if we have to anyway. It's always possible. You know, so many times I've done this exact same thing where I'm like, oh, this item is going to be really interesting for us. I can't wait to see what happens. And then the game is like, oh, here's, you know, Mom's Knife. And I'm like, well, Mom's Knife, you should, this is too generous. I can't accept. Okay, fine, I'll take it. I mean, we'd like to keep the Hermit card, for now at least. I would love to see, and so rarely does this end up being useful, but I would love to see Tear Detonator become actually useful. Right now, I am an idiot. I wouldn't say that it's totally useless, but it is pretty bad. I mean, you can run, it's the same as the boomerang, right? Like, you can run the numbers for yourself. On many occasions, we will lose more shots of opportunity by using the item. Alright, well, never mind. Then we'll actually get hits. So, I no love lost, whatever the heck that means for Spider Box here. But it does provide us with a few spiders, so I'll use it for now. Spider Box, Spider Box. Nomenclatural mistake, it's Spider Box. Spawns a spider every other time. Kills enemies directly proportional to your DPS. Look out! Here comes the Spider Box. Is it a box? Listen, bud. You get the idea. Okay, we're gonna go fight the boss. Our HP's looking okay, but I did lose more Spirit Hearts than I should have early on here. We're lucky as Duke of Flies, but we're unlucky we're out of bombs. If only it was spider bombs. Friendly neighbor. I don't know why I am the way I am, okay? Just the way it is. It's a glimpse into the life that I lead. You know, when I sing to my cats, you just take a popular song, but you insert their name. Don't you look at my Ruka. He's one of the 2 I got. Not much of a Tomo. But they both do meow but they both do meow a lot. Can I wet food? Bowl of water? Can I get a treat, my lord? You get the idea. Okay. I've taken like 5 hits on the first floor. In my own defense, we do have 2.63 damage, which is well below average. Polydactyl Not going to help us out a whole heck of a lot, unfortunately. But that's life, you know? Particularly on an Isaac run, you know, you got to be thankful, or on an Eden run, I guess I should say, to be more specific. You got to be thankful in situations where you're able to definitely stay alive. Like, you got the HP necessary to stay alive for a little while. Because there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So, I can start to get mad about a run, I think, maybe when we get past the deal with the devil. If we still have trash after our deal with the devil, then so be it. But for now, I'm not very upset. Because the deal with the devil, I think it's a reasonable time frame. You know, you get 2 item rooms most of the time, unless you're really low on keys. So wait, we should be able to test this. You should give me a bomb. Was I looking up the wrong item? You should give me a bomb. What? And now you, I don't know, I think maybe you give me a coin if I have less than something. It doesn't matter. Hierophant, gorgeous. Basically, here's the way I'm going to think about this item. I don't need to know about the fine-grained inner workings, you know, it's a Bartlett gear that goes into a manifold cover. Nah, it just gives, more likely to give the appropriate consumable you need based on your current situation. That's the way I'm looking at this right now. Alright, so we'll start here. Small rock, please. Well, I don't really want to use Ace of Clubs there, but Ace of Clubs is definitely not bad for the future. If we get like a single consumable here, we get our Tinted Rock. We're really, you know, scrounging. Great name for my first album, Scrounging and Lounging. Followed by my second album, I'm Not Dead Yet. Temperance. It's very good, even if / though. Let's go. Our HP is a little delicate. You know, this is a real good situation there. I think I'm actually, we shouldn't hermit yet because we don't want to buy anything on our shop. So instead of doing that, just come up here. Tech 0.5 is acceptable. Rare that this is going to have a huge impact on things, but for now, beggars can't be choosers. Actually, you know what? With our increased rate of fire relative to the norm, this is pretty okay. And then it's like, you know, the occasional piercing shot. Tech 0.5, I don't want to give the impression that I think it's a bad item, because I've always liked it. It's just not world-changing most of the time by itself. But I think I'm actually understating it to a very large degree. I did see there was a Tinted Rock back there, but no consumables, unfortunately. Tech 0.5 may come close to doubling our damage output right now. And especially on rooms or when fighting bosses that have, like, multiple hitboxes, i.e. multiple enemies, or, you know, in a boss form like Larry Jr., Chubb even. It'll help out even more than that. But this is where we start to be able to complain, depending on how things look when we finish this floor. Nice little Tears upgrade. Followed by, admittedly, kind of garbage. Now, I do think that Little Delirium, I always get Delirious, Little Delirium confused. So much so that I don't even think Delirious is an item. You know, you know what I get it confused with? It's, the one that is an active item and then the one that is a passive item. Because one of them is like, you get to summon a boss every 12 rooms or something like that. And then the other one is, it's just a random familiar that follows you around and changes all the time. That was just horrible. But I chose not to take it, even though I'm pretty sure that was the passive one. And I chose not to take it because I think it's a little bit more interesting and maybe possibly for the best as well if we prepare for the potentiality of a deal with the angel run. But we'll see how that presents itself. NL, are you aware that you called a Supertramp song from 1973 popular when you were doing that bit about your cats? Yes, I am. I come by it honestly. I only listen to a couple of different radio stations out there. When I had to think of a popular song, you gotta also recognize I had to do one that I knew the lyrics of. So Try what's the most popular song of the summer? I do this bit like once a year. You know what? Let's load up Google Chrome. Let's see. I do probably know some of these. I listen to the top 40 station on occasion. Billboard Hot 100. This Is America by Childish Gambino. Of course I know it. Nice for What by Drake. Do not know. God's Plan. I do know. Psycho by Post Malone. I do not know. Meant to Be. Who the heck is Bebe Rexha? The Middle by Zedd. No idea. No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. No idea whatsoever. Look Alive. Never Be the Same. Walk It, Talk It. Booed Up. Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Freaky Friday by Lil Dicky featuring Chris Brown. What world is this? Pray For Me. I know that one. Okay. Who's gonna pray for me? See, that was pretty good. I'm getting down here. Havana. That's one. Okay, yeah. New Rules by Dua Lipa. I've already done a bit on that song. I know almost none of these other songs. I'm just being real with you. Alright, so I'm out of the loop. In Canada, it might be different, you know? It might not just be me being out of touch. But, like, to some extent, it might be. It's always, sobering to look at that kind of stuff and be like, man, am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. T.A.E. Pink Floyd? Why aren't they listening to true artistry like, Alien Lanes? Okay, get me out of here. I've been to my item room. I hate not being able to know where the map is, or where I'm going, I should say. So we picked up Magic Mush, followed by Rotten Baby. I love them both. I mean, they're amazing items. There's nothing to be said that hasn't been said myriad times in the past. This doesn't quite yet take us to, like, untouchable win territory, but it lays the groundwork. We don't need much more than this. I mean, everything that we get past this point also works with both of those items to begin with, so yeah, we're fine with where we're at. So really, like, it's not like we picked up an item that's good and then it's done. We didn't find a $20 bill on the ground. We got a college degree that enables us to make an extra, you know, $70 per day for the rest of our working lives. Pop this down right here. I've already been there, but we have golden bombs, fair enough. Alright, I want to make it through this floor, then on the next floor we're unleashing these cards. Yeah, I'll take. Damage down, rate of fire up, speed up, luck up, range down. Close to being a wash. I think 1 damage is worth more than 1 rate of fire, but I'm not going to cry about it. Especially because it works towards spun regardless. So, by the way, no one is more surprised than me. I really figured, like, if this run was going to be, or if our streak was going to be in danger, the most delicate runs would be the runs immediately after coming off of playing as the Forgotten for so long. Because, for real, you know, you get a little highway blindness. That's trash. We've been lucky, you know, our first run back we got Epic Fetus, so that makes things a lot easier. Next run after that was great immediately and never stopped being great. Unnecessary. I think it's the second secret room. Just had that kind of look to it, you know, I was incorrect and that's why you never judge a book by its cover. There's this song, it's by Stevie Ray Vaughan's, like, brother. And he has a band called the Fabulous Thunderbirds. They had one song that went to, like, number 70 in 1994 called Wrap It Up. So you might know them. Wrap it up, I'll take it. But for whatever reason, my parents were, like, crazy into this band. They have this song called You Can't Judge a Book by Looking at Its Cover. And it has this lyric, it's a tag on the chorus I'll never forget. It's like, I may look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at its cover. I'm like, yeah, go look up, and this is the third time pulling out the old Google Chrome. Google the Fabulous Thunderbirds. And I want you to look at the lead singer. Tell me, does this guy look like a farmer? Wait, you know what? Actually, kind of, yes. Okay, things have changed. I don't know, in my head, I thought he was like, he looked exactly like Lou Bega. Now that I think I might have literally just been imagining Lou Bega. Oh man, the old photos of the band are even better. This guy's got like the classic 1990s balding haircut where you can't admit that you're going bald. By the way, if you think this is offensive, keep in mind I'm famous, you know, mostly for talking too much, but then apart from that for baldness. So this is a classic, like, yeah, I'm balding, but we can't admit it. So you just, you know, just kind of let it grow. Kind of let it grow on top a little, keep it a little short, nobody notices. It's a stylistic choice. Yeah, I keep my hair thin and receding as a stylistic choice. You wouldn't understand. Dude, it's wild. I was thinking about it the other day. In the 1990s, George Costanza had no head on the top of his, or no hair on the top of his head. It's now 2018, the actor who played George Costanza has hair. How did this happen? And I mean, I know how it happened, and I'm not saying there's anything embarrassing about it. Oh yeah, Evil Duck, thank you for the subscription. I don't consider them a traitor to the cause of baldness. And you know, if plastic surgery is so prevalent, why shouldn't the guy who's self-conscious about his baldness be able to, you know, get hair transplants that look natural? The only thing is, it's just a little weird because you were like, you were bald. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but it's like, I don't know, I guess I hold on to this antiquated idea that plastic surgery for some reason is shameful. And I'm exploring this live on video for the first time ever. And as a result, you're supposed to keep it hidden. You know, all this media that I watch growing, oh, she's had some work done. You know? When really, especially I guess in Hollywood, it's not that unusual. I don't know if I would say that Jason Alexander works in Hollywood. And it's not meant as an insult. He always just struck me, you know, once Seinfeld was over, a little bit more of a theater type. Yes, I've seen Shallow Hal. I understand in Shallow Hal he plays... It's a movie. Probably filmed in Los Angeles is my guess. But apart from that, he hasn't been in too many films. You know, maybe season 7 of Curb Your Enthusiasm, sure. Set in Los Angeles as well. What the heck are we doing with this? We got like so many angelic symbols around this. Another one, Jeremy Piven. You watch old episodes of the Larry Sanders Show, my dude was bald. He was fully bald. He was balded up. He was chrome. Nowadays, he's got more hair than Wayne Rooney. Wait a minute. I'm starting to come up with a conspiracy theory here. Nah, it's, I don't know. Baldness is... I'm happy to be your bald mentor, okay? If you're losing your hair, I don't care if you're 5 or 50. You got a couple of different options. You could spend, you know, probably thousands or tens of thousands of dollars getting good hair transplants that look realistic if your hair's that relevant to your identity. More power to you, and I mean that sincerely. If you feel like it's that important to you and you got the means, go for it. If you don't, I'm happy to tell you to shave it off. Here's my hypothesis, okay? I'm lucky, I'll admit. I got a decent looking head. It does have... And, by the way, I thought my head looked weird. The only way you know if you got a good-looking head is to give it a try. I have a point on my head that's like a dinosaur. You know, like the one from Jurassic Park that spits the venom at Newman. A.k.a. Wayne Knight. That's right, I know his name. Because I respect him as a thespian. Then you shave it off, you realize, it looks pretty round. It's good enough. You know, so if you think you have a weird head, it's the #1 thing people say. I'd shave my head, but I think I have a weird head. Definitely looks much better to just rock the horseshoe forever. Nah, dude. I can still see your weird head. Give it a try at least. And if it looks weird, it grows back. Who cares? You know? It's like wearing a different colored shirt to the office, you know? For a day, people were like, "Oh, that's weird. He shaved his head." The next day, they're like, "Hey, Jim. No worries. You know, I'll be your surrogate." I shaved my head for the first time at the age of 19. It's earlier than any young man should have to deal with the loss of something society considers so close to your virility, and yet simultaneously, it was beyond time. You know, it was thinning up, and it was time for it to go. Embarrassingly enough. Well, it's not really embarrassing. It's just a, you know, genetic, hormonal thing. So no matter how early you're having it, you know, I feel for you if it's in high school, because that's... I was losing my hair in high school, but it was so early that people were like, there must be some sort of mistake. It must be related to... You know, he must just have naturally thin hair, or something like that. But if you got like a full-on Costanza going in high school, I feel for you. You know, you have my support. But anytime after that, you know, you're your own person. You know, you can make the decisions you need to make in your life. And if you feel that the right decision is keeping it, then by all means. I'm not here to evangelize. What I am here for is hoping that we can pick up the pace on this run a little bit. Not for timing's sake, but like 3.31 damage this late is bad. Now, part of it's experimental treatment, no question. We could reap rewards for that later. We got other things buffering our damage a little bit, and the tiers upgrades are nice, but we could really, really use... I mean, we came off the last run with 5 rate of fire, 20 damage. I don't expect to get to 20 damage, nor should I expect to get to 20 damage. But you could work with me a little bit. 3 is a little ridiculous, is all I'm trying to get at here. You just got to accept, you know, the human body is weird. It's a cruel joke, you know. Don't blame yourself, blame society. You know, take it from somebody that had thinning hair and simultaneously, like, thick, coarse hair on my back when I was in 11th grade. Society has really let us down. You know, the ideals that were prevalent back when those would have been desirable traits have definitely flipped around. It's really like the worst of all possible worlds, because, like, you got to imagine if we were back in, like, you know, the Neolithic Revolution, people would be like, oh my god, look at this guy with hair all over his body. He must be so warm in the winter. That's like the ideal circumstance for us. Nowadays, people are like, why does that weirdo have shoulder hair? And I'm like, I don't know! I didn't choose it. And then, you know, when I was younger, I'd catch myself, man, I was born in the wrong era. I should have been born in 10,000 BC, man. People would have appreciated this sort of physique. And then I'm like, but I'm a baby. That would have been the worst. I would have ended up getting beaten up by some kind of hairless warlord. Let the whole tribe down. I'm really like, I'm in the best possible era for my unique skill set for certain. No question about that. Hey. Back off. Get your own sandwich. The worst thing is, like, we talk about it in Twitch chat sometimes, or we talk about it on the stream, and then Twitch chat's like, well, why don't you just shave? I'm like, you don't understand. Like, you don't just shave and then it never comes back. You know, it's just... You shave, and then it's good for a day, and then you have stubble, and you have a choice. You could either shave your shoulders, chest, stomach, back every single day for the rest of your life if you don't want the stubble, which is a little weird. The stubble, that is. Or, alternative, well, we can at least not take any damage on the way out. Or, you could let it grow back, in which case, you know, you had one day of relative comfort and smoothness, and then it's gone for the process of like maybe 30 or 40 minutes of work. Not to mention, I know you, Twitch chat. Many of you have your lives together, you're doing great stuff. Writing algorithms for SpaceX, etc., etc. Some of you can't be bothered to do the dishes, so you eat off of paper plates for every single meal. You're going to tell me how to live my life? I don't think so. I resist that notion. And this is not me complaining, you know. I got an easy lot in life. I'm very happy with it. This is just me offering sympathy for all my hairy brethren out there. Because we're mocked. We are. People, you know, it's a bad genetic dice roll. And again, this is not me saying I'm the one who's really being persecuted. But, you know, it's one of the few, like, genetic things that people will just make fun of you for, and everyone will be like, yeah, that's deserved. They're like, look at this guy. He's got shoulder hair. Hey, what about that girl and the big birthmark on her forehead? That's insensitive. How could you? I can't believe you would say so. She can't control that, you know. Well, why don't you just shave it off? You get the idea. Anyway, I'm being overly gripey here, but that's what happens when you get like this deep on a run. You got 3.31 damage, Cursed Eye. Compound Fracture's cool. Not against that. Chaos. Don't you mean the ladder? What am I doing with Compost? I'll admit, I'm just using it willy-nilly right now. My favorite David Bowie song. Willy-nilly. Space my love. Compost. I love you. You get the idea. Not a good David Bowie impression. Keep your electric eye on me, babe. What does it say that my singing voice when I pretend to sing badly is better than my singing voice when I try to sing earnestly? What is singing earnestly? That's when you sing to Vern. It's a joke about Jim Varney. God rest him. Hey, stop hitting me and also yourself. Dude, I'm actually being real with you. We could lose on this run. I don't think we will.
48-hour energy.
I still don't think we will. But I do think we could lose on this run. We have a good deal with the devil and the angel chance. If we get a deal with the angel, I'm not fighting the angel statue unless I get something like incredible before it, because I think we can't afford to lose the HP. We're engaging in like full on, you know, like batten down the hatches protocol right now. Things are at least mildly in a snafu right now. You really, at this point, can't be hit. You were hit, but at least you didn't get hit while charging. It's a 15-yard penalty. Okay. Polaroid. Dead Sea Scrolls. Are you kidding me? Okay. It's gonna be a delicate run. No tinted rock. Alright. Well, we've been working on, I think we should actually take it, but we've been talking about how we've been pretty lucky in our runs, and we were, you know, to get Magic Mush and Rotten Baby very close together is exceptional. However, to follow that up with essentially almost nothing is really, really horrible. And you can tell, you know, just by the way that we're taking 100 years to kill Loki. This one's gonna be a little finicky as we get closer to the finish line. Keep in mind, you know, now that we're on the womb, we only get boss items and deals with the devil for the most part. It's the only guaranteed items per floor. Compost, I have no idea what it's doing. We're even light on consumables, like rate of fire has improved drastically. Apart from that, this run is existing in a delicate sort of no man's land right now, and I gotta start focusing on the game a little bit. Absolutely. Alright. On the bright side, first off, the HP is nice. Our HP is a real resource that we can't forget about once we get it full, anyway. Sure, even that is, it's worth something.
48 hours.
No! It was so essential that that exact thing did not happen. Because, we wanted to use that to double our flies. And spiders. And if we could have doubled them a few times, you know, we're getting into territory where a few rooms probably would have been fair. Or it would have been taken care of for us, I should say. Which is like really the opposite of fair, to have somebody else just handle it for you, but it seems fair right now. I'm not going back because that's just about the only decision worse than the outcome of having to leave by force. Should not be standing here. Yup. Just one of those situations where you're like, on an average run, we'd be crushing these guys fast enough to not have to worry about taking that damage. On this run, they're surprisingly powerful relative to where we are. Alright, 2 extra spirit hearts. That's fuel. It's fuel that immediately was used. I really thought by standing still we might galaxy brain this room. The other thing that's interesting, and by interesting I mean terrifying, is that this floor really doesn't offer much in the way of salvation, you know? There's a 1 in 3 chance of a 1 in 3 chance of a deal with the devil. We're using compost to generate like 1 extra fly. That's so bad. But anyway, 1 in 3 chance of a deal with the devil, and then apart from that, what do we got? Not a whole heck of a lot, huh?
I found pills.
Well, this is a good teleport for once. You know, there's secret room, second secret room, but we don't have the bombs. We got left hand, but guppy items are showing up only intermittently. Only intermittent! The streak is on the line. Oh, a key. Can use that with access to the chest in 45 minutes to actually pick up, oh no, our spiders are locked. It's supposed to be the box is locked, the lights are on, and it's robot fighting time. Maybe we just keep them there, we'll double them up. Use them as our, like, Minecraft water source. No! Okay. So far, this is like the worst enemy to be fighting with Cursed Eye, but apart from that, things are not horrible here. If we could beat the odds, leverage some of our HP, which we have far too much, far more than is necessary. Too much is not the way I'd describe it. Okay, never mind. What do you got for me? Speed down, that's gorgeous. Friends till the end. Health up, sure. Amnesia, irrelevant, because we're out of here. Okay, as expected, the first floor did not do much for us. Now, floor 2. Floor 2. Yeah, really good move there. Tactically, deliberately taking damage in order to maybe get closer to the boss fight. You wouldn't understand. Thank God for Tech Point 5. Which is going to make it conceivable for us to handle this room without being truly, you know, under the gun. This is horrible, though. Who would have thought, like, a Magic Mush Rotten Baby run could get this bad? Joker? Two of Hearts is actually pretty useful here. Please tell me this is the correct path to get to Sloth. That's exactly what I was going to say. We really, really want Hierophants. Please preserve this deal with the devil chance and give us a way forward. Dagaz would do. Perthrow, certainly not bad, but we freed him. So I would say just prepare yourself for the likelihood of us not making it to a deal with the devil on this floor. Yeah, there we go. I really was trying. That was not just hit me and then we'll work from there. You know, I despise that kind of attitude in this game. This was like, I was really fighting for it there. But so be it, you know? We are where we are on this run, and in the end, this is what, this is the kind of run that makes the streaks impressive. You know, if every run was easy, to win 30 runs in a row would not be worth anything. So that there's an occasional run like this is A-okay. It's not even that bad. Like, we have had worse. I don't know if we've had worse on the streak, because again, it's been like, you know, a month since we played it, more or less, but I feel weirdly like at ease, because you gets none of these at ease. And I think it's good, you know, I think it's important to stay frosty, as they say, as me and the other military types say on a regular basis. I'm not going to go back for it, I just think it's unnecessary. Let's go fight this boss. We got Perthrow speed down. Right now we have a 1 in 5 chance of getting this deal with the devil, but very much would not be surprised to take damage on the mom fight. Circle of Protection's doing something. 5 bombs. 5 keys, 5 cents. 5 rate of fire, don't forget about that. We touched a spider. No! Not only did I touch a spider, but I was like bumped by it. And yet, we didn't take damage until just then. Tech point 5, this is your chance. I haven't even seen these waves. This is like, it's the Rotten Baby show now. It's his show. I'm just keeping myself alive, trying not to get hit with a full charge being active. Oh my god. So of course we didn't get a deal with the devil, and now our most likely source of redemption here is the chest, where we do have a Perthrow rune. Don't forget about speed down, that's a pretty important one. Oh, Balls of Steel. Okay. I almost feel like we should take the amnesia pill just to say thank you for Balls of Steel. And we definitely... Did we gulp the left hand? What happened to the left hand? If we gulped it, I'm gonna be furious unless we become Guppy, in which case I'll pretend that it was intentional and take all the credit, but... So another, terrible. Another non-easy floor. Don't tell Daniel. You should always leave and then use that to generate even more flies. Like, we've botched compost, but I also don't think we have the perfect situation for compost to thrive to begin with. Just walked into the enemy. It happens, but it shouldn't. Now, wouldn't it be easier to just remember what the pill does? Instead of putting yourself in harm's way like that. Maybe yes, maybe no. Hey! Teleport to the secret room. I will never apologize for this damage. You know, apologies are for situations in which you take damage on the Cathedral when you have more than 3.31 damage. And yeah, I'm fully aware we have 5 rate of fire. This would be a really, really okay run if we were at the Catacombs 1. Unfortunately, we're not. So as far as I'm concerned, we don't have anything to apologize for. We probably should have Perthrowed the quarter. This is huge. Eye of Belial and the thrill of the fight. And we get to come back to our Tinted Rock situation. Cool. So now, rooms with multiple enemies, and that describes almost all of them, including our boss fight on this floor, are going to be real nice. And then we have a synergy with Compound Fracture to boot. Still pretty slow, but way, way, way better than it was. Like worlds apart. Okay, this is our test. I still don't know what happened to the left hand. If I gulped it, that could be awesome, but is probably gonna suck real bad. Most important thing, by far, my lord, do not teleport. You know it's gonna be a slog. Take damage if you have to take damage, but don't teleport under any circumstances. It's not allowed. It's verboten. So many different shots come. We got Eye of Belial shots that turn into homing bones, white shots, red triple shots, purple shots that get reflected off a circle of protection. Okay, take him into phase 2, please. Nope, we're gonna have to deal with another wave of nonsense. Probably the best dodge I've made all episode right there, and borderline essential, because even after we beat this guy, which is looking pretty likely, we gotta beat the entire chest. So the real kiss of death is a teleport right now. I didn't even know this guy could do 2 versions of that. That's how little damage we're doing. I also feel like it is my own fault. I mean, Cursed Eye only showed up because of Curse of the Blind, but it is my own fault that I'm not using Cursed Eye so much, because we could be outputting damage a lot faster. It's just very risky to do so. So there is a little bit of untapped potential in this run. But it's definitely using almost all of any Isaac skill that I have. Now you gotta be like insanely delicate. Not accidentally running into the boss like we almost did right there. And we've done it. We took 1 hit, I think, which is very reasonable. Those are golden chests. Okay. Miter, Mom's Key, reroll the whole run. Oh my god. The rerolling of the whole run. It's gotta be what does it for us. We have damage. Is this it's a dream come true? We can actually hurt enemies. We have an Incubus and the Mongo, baby. We have 1 HP because of 9 lives. Okay, well, guess this is a very good example of, you know, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, huh? But if we had 10 lives, we might have like a Dark Judas in here somewhere. Alright, there's 1 room done. We have Sack of Sacks as well. I'm just gonna tell you, I hate having 9 lives and guillotine. Just makes it that much harder to know. Wait, no, it is sack of sacks. Okay. I thought it was sack of pennies for a second there. Ooh, I was real close. Still, I would take this run over our last run. At least we can kill things. Like, the damage output here is conducive to doing things. Ragman should go first. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So, what do I need? Spirit Hearts. It's not so much, it's not so much Blue Baby I'm worried about. Blue Baby is easy, relatively. I'm worried about like a double cage room, double adversary room. Even if they don't kill me, like if they don't take all of my lives, they could take off enough lives to make a victory that much less likely in the future. Usually, something like that. I mean, it gives us 4 flies. Kind of hoping we'll snag some extra items as well. You know, it is the chest. That's kind of what happens here. But all in all, I think Undefined has done a good job of giving us a chance at victory without it being a guarantee. So we already saw what comes out of that room. That room is not necessarily a dead end, but there's no reason to be there. If you could take 2 small rooms that are not nearly as difficult, give me those instead. Pennies are doing just a wonderful job. So happy to see him. What? There were like 1,000 turtlings stacked up inside of that one turtling. So the other thing I hadn't noticed, we do have 99 poisonous bombs. Gorgeous. No, but they're dead. We made it. Okay, a heavy price was paid. He popped up. He's down. He's up. Oh my god, it's an item. Just horrible. Okay, the devil. It's worth something. Please. I'm begging you for mercy. Why won't you release me? Just trying to keep it real close to the chest right now. I'm so mad I even dropped my wrist protector on the ground. Fudge you, I won't do what you tell me. Those who glide. I would, at this point, backwards as it may sound, I would kill for a Cursed Eye teleportation just to cut a few rooms off this run. But I think if we make it to Blue Baby, we could win on 1 life. If we have a few lives, we're probably going to be fine. I also wonder what this 10th life is. Like, it's way more valuable to us if it's not Lazarus. Like, Blue Baby is worth something. Dark Judas is worth the most. 1-up, I don't even know how it would work at this point, but might come back with 1 HP. Please, just some more items. You know, this is what I get. You know, after I got Magic Mush and Rotten Baby, I was like, we're gonna win. We can't not win. And I started getting complacent. That doesn't lead to us being in this situation, because I don't think our complacency really cost us anything. You know, it's just luck of the draw. But it's a good reminder to always stay vigilant and remember that, you know, just about anything can happen on these runs. I do wish this floor had maybe not be quite so long. This is the room I hate. However, if we get hit, we don't have to go that way. We know it's a dead end. So it's very merciful floor generation. We'd really, really like to get HP. That was horrible on my part. I do think HP is more important than a life, though. Please stop hitting... Yep, okay, well, we killed him. Now just make sure at least you don't lose a life on this rune. It's so hard to tell. Oh, thank you. Where I'm standing. Like where the actual hitbox is. Loving the unison. I am stupid, never mind. Oh, okay, I'm getting a little nervous. Take a deep breath. Some very good stuff happening. Okay, now that he's dead, we're definitely doing something. I think you don't use the devil card yet. Card? No card. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Pop it. Pop it. Now we have a lot of flies. More flies than we're ever going to have. So I actually am going to pop the devil card, even though originally I had assumed we wouldn't pop it early. Thought it would maybe be better saved for a desperation play on a later life. There, what were we nervous about? Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. If you want to see more in the future, I will see you next time. Whoo!